Hello, and welcome everyone to another video of me, Morpheus. And in this episode, I'm going to explain destruction to you, which is really easy to be honest. Destruction has never been more easy than this. I mean, look at it, it's awesome. Destruction is awesome. It has become awesome. It was already awesome, and it's even more awesome this patch. But I'm not a destruction lock, of course. I mean, I'm a demonology lock, and that's just because, you know, I like to play something that isn't like something everybody plays. But I have to acknowledge that, like, destruction is pretty epic and probably the best spec for RBG at the moment because you do a lot of damage. So it has been even made more easy because Fire and Brimstone, your main thing, I would say, if you need pressure on a lot of targets, is now an instant that is like active all the time. So you don't need to click Fire and Brimstone and a spell again, and Fire and Brimstone again and a spell. It's just you activate it and then it works, basically. So I'm going to show you the talents first that I use. So Destruction, of course. Dark Regeneration because it's a lifesaver. Shadow Fury because it's only a 30-second cooldown and it's really nice, especially if there's like a healer, two healers next to each other or whatever, you know. Don't take Mortal Coil, and you could take Howl of Terror, but you need to be in the middle, you know, between everyone. So I think Shadow Fury is the best. Dark Bargain because it's just God mode for 8 seconds, and Sacrificial Pet isn't that good if you don't have a pet because I use Sacrifice. And Soul Link, I don't know, I also don't like it. Although if combined with your Healthstone and your Ember Tap, you actually heal quite a lot. So it could be an option though, Soul Link. Actually, I haven't thought about that. Soul Link is also a viable option, I would say. Okay, Unbound Will, just because sometimes you need to land the kill off, and if they silence you, or I mean if they stun you or whatever, it's just nice to have an extra trinket basically, although it doesn't remove all effects. Grim of Sacrifice because it gives you 15%. This could be a discussion point or whatever, but I think this is really important because, like, it can be just the difference, just the small difference between being able to land the kill off and being not to land the kill off, basically. And I think it's quite important. Yeah, and I mean, your pet will die anyways, probably, because of AoE and other stuff, you know. Manner of Fury is the must-have, and if you don't have it, then kill yourself. I mean, seriously. Manner of Fury, I mean, the main reason, or maybe, what, of RBG? Yeah, looking for RBG. Yeah, so actually I'm going to do an RBG now as Destruction. So, let's put this to damage. I have to say something to the party now. Hello guys. So, the main thing why you need Manner of Fury is because of this. Rain of Fire has an immense big range, and I have to get on TeamSpeak. Yeah, no problem. So, yeah, can I get back to WoW, please? Thank you. So, it generates a lot of embers. Okay, for example, if I like waste an ember because of Chaos Bolts, or like do a few Chaos Bolts, you will see that I will generate a lot of embers by just spamming Rain of Fire alone. I mean, this is Rain of Fire, and look at it. It goes. I mean, it's pretty nice, you know. Okay, then if you want pressure on a group, you just or a burst on a group, like group burst. This is your burst macro, and I've bound it to shift space, which is really nice. Shift space. Lifeblood gives you extra haste. It's a herbalism talent, so if you don't have herbalism, then you don't have it. So you can cast a Chaos Bolt faster. Grim of Sacrifice if you haven't done that already. Unending Resolve, so you can't be silenced or interrupted in your burst. Blood Fury, Racial, that gives extra spell power. Dark Soul Instability, 30% extra crit chance, and your trinket, you know, which gives intellect. That's basically it. So what you do is you apply Rain of Fire, you activate Fire and Brimstone, and just I would say immolate,
and then, you know, 2 configurates and rain of fire again, and just then the next thing is just spam initiate and then rain of fire again, and initiate, you know, and then another configurate or conflagrate or whatever, and just this is just basically what you do. It's really simple, and you don't do anything else except this. If you need to group burst RBG at the moment, yeah, that's it. So it's really easy, to be honest. Yeah, you do a ton of damage if you just continue to do this. I mean, even conflagrate alone does so much damage. I mean, it's almost insane, or it is insane actually. Yeah, but that's like group pressure, okay? Sometimes they call like 1, 2, 3 and we switch on the shamey, okay? So what do you have to do then? Well, before they count down, just make sure you have 1 emulate on the target, I would say. It can help, not much, but it does help a little bit. Then you have to activate your burst macro, and then 2 times conflagrate, so you have 6 charges of backdraft, and you can cast Chaos Bolt, 2 fast Chaos Bolts, or relatively fast, and they hit now for like only 220k, but in your burst on a target dummy at least it will hit for 350 or something, you know. And I mean, it's even then also the Chaos Bolts are cast faster. So let me show you. Shift space 2 times conflagrate and just 2 Chaos Bolts, 1 and 2, and it will, you actually don't see the damage for some reason, I don't know why, but yeah, here's another one. 315 should be a bit higher. 350 I've seen on target dummies. So, and now I'm back to non-burst, and that's basically it, you know, for the single target burst. Just pop your cooldowns 2 times conflagrate. I mean, before you do it, 1 time immolate, then 2 times conflagrate, and just 2 Chaos Bolts. That's what I do at least. You can just also cast without conflagrate, but then your Chaos Bolt is much slower, and I don't like that, to be honest. So yeah, that's what I do. It's pretty basic guide on like the simple things. I've shown you talents. I can show you the glyphs that I use. Conflagrate, so you don't need immolate. Yeah, that's also a thing. Immolate isn't required. If you can't cast it, then fuck it. I mean, really, because of this glyph, you really don't need it. Yeah, Glyph of Hellstone is a must-have for every spec, I say, because it's a lifesaver. And Ember Tap. I mean, if I fall, you know, if I generate a lot of embers, like, you know, like this, and just like conflagrate, I don't know, whatever, you know. Okay, I just need like 4 embers, and I can show you. Okay, like this. Now I will try to mount up, just to show you guys. Okay, and I'm going to fall from this height, I think. Yeah, I hope I just, yeah, okay, that's nice. And I will pop 4 embers. Okay, 4. Look at the healing. The healing is 66k, like every half a second or so. It's pretty fast. It's like, yeah, it's very fast. 121, 22. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty fast. So basically, when a group is chasing you and wants to kill you, just, you know, do your rain of fire, and do a fire brimstone, and do a conflagrate, so everyone is snared. I mean, and then you will generate a lot of embers, and just keep spamming Ember Tap. And don't use it for other things, you know. Don't use it for Chaos Bolt. Maybe only for conflagrate, AoE conflagrate to snare them. But other than that, just spam Ember Tap, and it's almost impossible to kill you, especially if you combine it with Dark Regeneration and Hellstone. And if you, for example, sacrifice the Void Walker for the 20% extra HP, then you're pretty much immortal. I mean, it's insane. So yeah, that's it. I would say Warlock Demonology, I mean, Destruction is all about sustainable DPS and having a lot of pressure on the group and doing top damage. Whereas Demonology is all about the burst and getting someone down in the burst. And I mean, that's, that's also the case with Destruction. But I would say it's like you can't do top damage as Demo. Actually, you can, but it's more difficult and it's more easy to do top damage as Destro. So it's more about, the pressure and, you know, making sure the healers have to heal everyone instead of just one target. I think that's your role. And then you can just switch now and then, like every minute or every 30 seconds, you just try to burst someone down with Chaos Bolts, and then you just switch back to doing AoE, a lot of AoE, just Fire and Brimstone almost all the time. If you're in a group fight, of course. Anyways, this was the simple guide, and see you later.